What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx, and today I'm going to be reacting to Parent Stories by Jaden Animations. Now, I'm really liking Jaden animations. I mean, they're really well done, and I love the stories. And yeah, with that being said, the original is in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Jaden Animations without any further ado. Let's begin.
Parents. I, like many people, have parents. And even better, I think they're pretty good ones. My mom and dad have always wanted the best for me and my brother and didn't let us do stupid stuff like lean back too far in our chairs at the dinner table. So
this is a total side note, and I forgot this actually happened until you've mentioned it. I remember once my brother was doing that, you know, leaning back at the dinner table, and, like, for some reason, like, right just a little bit beyond the dinner table, we have, like, steps going down, and, my brother was leaning back on the chair, and he ended up falling down the stairs, because, you know, you got, like, a couple feet from the table, and then there's the stairs, and he was leaning back, and he fell down the... There's only, like, 3 stairs or something, but I mean, still, that's like a few feet, right, that you're gonna fall. So yeah, he ended up falling, I believe. I totally forgot that it happened until you, you know, you mentioned, you know, falling back. Oh, that was funny when it happened.
a good job on not letting us be stupid, guys. Thumbs up, gold star. Well, I did lean back too far that one time, but I'll give you a pass on that one. And I learned my lesson. Everyone has some sort of guardian figure in their life, and I'm always going to be grateful I was able to grow up in a loving family with good parents. There's been ups and downs, arguments, disagreements, but when it all comes down to it, they're just looking out for me. Jaden, tie your shoes before riding your bike. What do you know? I'm actually at a big step in my life right now because I'm moving out of their house. I'll finally be out of the nest, making my own choices.
Oh, you're so lucky! You're so lucky! You're so lucky! Oh my goodness. For those of you who don't know, I'm still living at home with my parents. Because, moving out is way too freaking expensive. And, you're able to move out. You're so lucky. You're so lucky. Then again, as much as I want to move out and as much as I can't stand living here with my parents, like, don't get me wrong, I love them, but they drive me freaking insane. The amount of responsibility and stuff that comes with moving out, it's gonna be a big pain to deal with. Anyway, I'm way off track.
Free bird. If I want to have oatmeal for dinner, my family's not gonna be there to walk in and look at me weird. I don't care about your oatmeal as a breakfast food. I like it and will eat it when I desire. Just watch me. Moving out has made me think a lot about my life growing up and everything my parents have done for me to be able to get to this point. And even though I can totally make a heartfelt video about all the sacrifices they've made and nights they've spent caring for me, I'm gonna talk about funny, stupid stuff because that makes a better YouTube video. I'm on my own now. I got bills to pay. When I was little, I wasn't a picky eater. I'm pretty sure I ate most anything on my plate. Some kids are all, no, I do not like the taste of this mush and will not consume it no matter what you tell me. I will sit here with a pouty lip and arms crossed for all eternity in this high chair, and when I die of starvation, it will be your fault.
I can kind of relate to that. I mean, I wasn't a picky eater as a kid. Like, I would eat basically anything. And even now, I still eat a lot. But since I'm in my early 20s, I can now say no when I don't want to eat something. Like, when I was a kid, my parents would be like, you gotta eat it. You gotta eat it. It's healthy. It's healthy for you. But now that I'm older, I can make decisions. And I don't want to eat some of your friggin' food. I need to calm down. I need to calm down.
Hun, just eat the friggin' carrots. Even though I wasn't a picky eater, my parents would always make up games to try and get me to eat stuff I still didn't like. One night we were all at the dinner table and my mom had the brilliant parent idea of saying, hey, how about we have a contest of who can eat the most green beans the quickest? Harmless, right? She was just thinking it would be an easy and sneaky way for us to get in more vegetables. But she underestimated my power. You dare challenge me? Not only will I win, but I will eat the most green beans you've ever seen anyone eat in their entire life. I ate so many green beans in such a short amount of time that night. I won, obviously, because everyone else was a scrub. But after dinner, I got really sick and my mom's plan kind of backfired. I still won, so. Besides the infamous green bean eating contest, which we never did again, my mom always had a who can make the loudest carrot crunch competition.
What? How is that a competition? And also, when it comes to green beans, like, I know a lot of people don't like them, but I don't mind them. I don't mind. Well, I mean, I have to have, like, butter on them, as well as salt and pepper. So I kind of mask the flavor because I don't like the actual flavor of vegetables. I just like the salt and butter. Maybe that's why I'm unhealthy.
I don't need to explain the rules. It's right in the name. My brother and I would go crazy over that contest. We didn't even think about how we were eating carrots. We just wanted to defeat everyone else. It wasn't until recently I was thinking about it and went, wait, did you make that contest just so we'd eat more carrots? Yeah. Betrayal. Even my mom's sister was tricky with my cousins in getting them to eat their vegetables. My mom told me stories about how when my cousin was just barely learning numbers and counting, they'd be eating dinner and she'd say to my aunt, "Mommy, I don't want any more carrots. How about you just eat 3 more? How about 5? Well, okay, fine. Parents have become the masters of getting kids to eat vegetables, which is good. I applaud them for it. Nutrition is...
This is a side note too, I thought I heard recently that parents aren't supposed to be making their kids eat if they don't want to eat, because then it teaches them to overeat and then have like eating problems when they're older. Maybe this whole time our parents have been doing it wrong. Maybe that's why I'm unhealthy. It probably has nothing to do with me eating, nacho chips every freaking night before I go to bed.
Is important, kids. Like, how many times has your mom just randomly baked you brownies as a kid? And how many times did you think about if there was broccoli in it? Ha!
What?
Gotcha, kiddo. You're getting so much vitamin C and K right now, you don't even know! If you didn't know about that, there's a way you can hide broccoli in brownies as an easy way to get kids to consume more nutrients without them fighting you because they only want to live off sugar. Brownies are good at hiding a lot of stuff, actually. Have you ever heard of black bean brownies? There's ways you can add black beans to brownies and no one will even know. Here's one. Go and try it. If you want. It's a good way.
See, that one I believe, but the broccoli, when you... No, ew. And I don't think my parents ever did that. Well, I mean, as I said, I wasn't a picky eater as a kid. I'm more of a picky eater now than when I was a kid. But I don't think my parents ever did that with, like, hiding food and that. I mean, sure, there's something I wouldn't want to eat and they'd be like, oh, you have to have it. But they wouldn't have to, like, hide it or make games. They would just kind of like, no, you have to have it. So I'd be like, okay, I'm eating it.
Way to add protein to your diet because everyone's so obsessed with protein and for some reason society thinks it's the only macronutrient we ever need and carbs are the devil and will destroy your life and kill everyone you love and that's a tangent for another video. So yeah, to people who didn't know, you can hide broccoli in brownies, black beans, some people try other herbs. Let's move on. I'm gonna tell this story because it's kind of stupid and doesn't matter,
well
but
done.
I'm still a bit salty about this, so you'll probably get a kick out of it. Every kid has their thing growing up. Some liked dolls, some liked cars, some liked pushing other kids off the swings. I was all about stuffed animals. They were my jam. Still kinda are. Anyway, one day I said, hey, I like stuffed animals, and I like Pokemon. Mom! Blaziken plush! Oh my frig! Don't say frig. My mind was blown. 2 of my favorite things combined together. Blaziken was, and is, my favorite Pokemon, so I was desperate to have this Blaziken Pokédoll. I was willing to wash the dishes, clean the house, make a deal with the Underlord, sell lemonade, and since my mom's such a pushover, and since my mom's so nice, she let me and my brother pick out a Pokédoll we each liked. I, of course, picked out the Blaziken, and my brother got the Totodile one. And can we just stop and appreciate this Totodile, by the way? Let's continue. So my mom ordered the plushes, they were like 20 bucks or something, and we were pretty happy campers when they arrived. I loved that Blaziken doll for a...
As a kid, I don't know if I was much of I don't know, like, I remember playing with toys, like any kid. Actually, I think I was more of a Lego kid. I used to love playing with Lego. But then, you know, when the Nintendo 64 was around, we finally got one, but we got it, like, so late. We got everything so late. Like, I guess because, you know, my parents don't have much money. But, like, we got the Nintendo 64 years and years after it came out. And then when we finally got one, we were so happy. And I kind of moved from being a Lego person to more of a gamer at that point.
Really long time, but of course, as with most children and their toys, I started playing with it less after a while. I still liked it, but I gradually stopped bringing it everywhere and eventually just kept it in my closet. Maybe like a couple years ago, the memory of it just popped into my head and I wanted to look at it again. Yeah, I remember all the fun times I had with that doll. I'd take it everywhere I went, I'd fall asleep with it. Where'd it go? I don't remember where it would be. Mom, do you know where my old Blaziken polka doll went? I can't find it. I got rid of it. You what? Sometime when my mom was going through
Don't you mean this?
You what?
through all her stuff, she decided to get rid of my Blaziken polka doll without asking me. I was crushed. Well, that is a bit extreme. I went from having a normal day to having a bit of a less good day. But then I thought, wait, I'm an adult. I can just find another one and buy it myself. I don't need my mom's permission anymore. So I looked on Google to try and find a new Blaziken polka doll. And apparently, now they're ultra rare collector's items that aren't even being sold anymore and freaking worth a crap ton of money.
It's so true, it's so true. With a lot of things, as you were a kid, you know, if you had kept them, they'd be worth a lot of money nowadays. Like a lot of Pokemon stuff, as this for example, is really expensive now. And a lot of stuff like, you know, comic books. Like when my dad was young, if he got into comic books and had kept them, you know, they would be worth so much money nowadays because comic books are, you know, the value increases. And I know, going back to Pokemon, TGF bro, I think his name is Jay from TGF. He spent $80,000 on a Pokemon card. I believe that's what I think that's what he said. It was either 80 or 40, which is an insane amount of money on a Pokemon card as an investment. So he's gonna hold it for like 20 or 30 years, then maybe by that time it'll be worth a couple $100,000. So yeah, if you just keep the stuff that you had as a kid, you know, you'd have a lot of money.
Now I'm having even less of a good day. Yeah, apparently these things are worth like more than $100 now, and everyone's desperate to have one, and we bought it when it was like $20. Mom, do you realize what you've done? So it's become my goal. Someday I will have another Blaziken polka doll. One, because I really like it. And two, I'm not a collector of anything, but now this might seem a bit evil to people in the rare collectors community. I want to have as many rare polka dolls as I can find just because I'm not a collector. I want to have all these polka dolls that are...
What? I think by definition, collecting as many rare items as possible makes you a collector. Doesn't that make sense? That's like if you go to someone who has a massive butterfly collection and you're like, well, why do you have them? And then they respond with, well, I got them because I'm not a collector. Like, that makes no sense. Obviously, that means you are a collector if you have a lot of rare items. Whether you want to be or not, you are by definition.
Super rare, and then a collector is like, holy crap, you have this set of Hoenn Starter Evolution polka dolls? Can I have them? And I can be like, no. Ah, do you realize how rare these are? Collectors like me would pay anything to have them. I know, and that's why I want it.
So you'd be like, you'd be a collector, but you'd be like a cool collector. You wouldn't care that much, but secretly you would care. That's why you bought them to begin with, if that makes sense.
I'm on a journey to get as many rare polka dolls as I can now. I think my target is Blaziken, Swampert, and Sceptile because it's the trio and they're my absolute favorite, and they're stupid rare. It's an evil plan, I know, but I think it's funny.
How could you have a collection of stuff and of rare stuff and say, oh, I'm not a collector? I don't get it. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. I liked it a lot. I can relate kind of with it. I mean, my parents weren't that strict when I was a kid, and I was a well-behaved kid for the most part. At least to their face, I was well-behaved. I mean, I might have been a little bit more rowdy, you know, when they weren't around, like most kids are. But, you know, I was quite well-behaved, and I hope you guys like this. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend. If you're new, then subscribe to join the family. Also, make sure you go subscribe to Jaden Animations, and with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Boop!